How you doing, everybody? And it is wonderful to be back here for you all. And today we are going to continue like a phoenix. The Byzantium Empire will be restored. We are, of course, Venice, the true heirs to the empire. So, it's been a while. We got options here. We've got Hungary. We've got more of Italy. The world is our oyster as we continue to grow. We have very little aggressive expansion in this area. We also need to shut down the Castile-Aragon Union and weaken Aragon because that could be a bigger threat. Once we become the Phoenix, the Mamluks will no longer be my friends, so we'll have to seek new friends, new allies, new adventures. So much in store today. But first, we have to prepare this shift, and we still got just a little bit more reforms that we have to do. So let's not waste any more time. Smash the like button if you want to, hit the dislike button, but let's dive right into this and consider subscribing and following on Twitch and YouTube, and let's rock and roll with Kai Dragon Media. So the first thing we're going to do, I know I kind of said, what the hell, Austria, when they had this whole brief 200 malice on me because they wanted lands that they can't even core. And I was questioning a lot of that stuff. But we're going to go ahead and use some favors that we had with trust so we can get an alliance with Austria. I need Austria for now to be used as a pawn for several wars that are up and coming. Because Aragon, before they got the union with Castile, got all of Burgundy's lands, which is lots and lots of rich lands. Too rich for them. Too just absolutely too much for them. And, you know, as the masters of trade, as the masters of commerce, we need to put an end to that. Plus, it makes it easier once we explode as the Byzantium and we go on a massive war spree. We also have Bosnia that is very rebellious with us, courtesy of France, because France decided to meddle in it. So we have not forgot about breaking France, but we got a lot of things to still do. So once we get that alliance with dear sweet Austria again, we are going to dive right into an immediate war with Hungary because it's time to break the Hungary stranglehold, feed Transylvania a little bit more lands, and just show just how powerful we can be. And we want to keep getting more for now. Akyonlu has taken over. We still have the Ottomans who don't have that much aggressive expansion. So until we flip, we could turn them into our subject later on and retake a lot of this land for ourselves. That is an option. But we can't do that till 1521. So, you know, we have to kind of consider our options very carefully. Alliance has been restored with Austria. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and go to war. See, they got a truce right now, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and go to war using Lithuania. And we're not going to call in Sealy, but we're going to do something diabolical to Sealy this today. We're going to make them convert to our religion, because it's time to spread the Orthodox faith everywhere. That way, they're more pliable to shift to our whim. So first thing we're going to do is send one troop here, one troop here. We're going to send this little 10 stack over here, and we're going to move another guy over here. once the clock ticks free, we're going to go ahead and establish a new spy network on Castile. We also want to continue to improve relations with all our friends. We also want to prepare for war to take all these Italian states because it's time. It's truly time. We need to be the dominant power in Italy and make all that extra money. In addition, with our cores as there, okay, we've got one that needs, yeah, we need to take care of that. There you go. That should be no more French separatists. And then with all this land we're going to take, we're going to go ahead and set up another trade company for now. We'll be switching over to a lot of states once it's time. But for now we'll make this happen as we want it to, which, no, okay. So we already stated. That's what I get. It's been like 3 days since I played this, so. Oh, Bosnia. Poor Bosnia. Already getting wrecked. But the nice thing is with our fleet, we can block them. And we want to make sure that we continue to get favors with our allies, enemies, everybody alike, especially considering we can be excommunicated at any time if we haven't yet, because, yeah, we know that the Papal States loves doing that. I am going to throw some relations with them a little bit to try to prevent any of the excommunication, because they aren't my rival. They're too small to be my rival, and quite frankly, we don't need that extra stress in our life right now. So bust that wall there, and we're going to bust that wall, because right now it's time to speed through some of this stuff. And pests already down. Another beautiful, beautiful day. And let's go over here and go greet them. And we got a little bit of press here, press release. We're kicking their butt, taking names. I'm gonna wait for Lithuania to come down here, help me out. And we can pull that 10. Now we can pull that 19 stack away. Bring it on over here to reinforce, as it's just flatlands. Ah, there you go. Beautiful. So beautiful. I have no idea where they're going to run, but they can't hide. Austria is almost fallen, which is what we want to do. I mean, not Austria, Hungary. And we don't want to waste too much time on these guys. That's why we'll be pressing onward as fast as humanly possible, because as long as Lithuania doesn't claim it, we'll be okay. Hey, Ram. Hey, buddy. It was good visiting with you yesterday. Always good talking with you, brother. Just wanted to say that. Today is a good day. A good day for war. All right, so first thing I want to do is tell good old Silly, for being silly, that we are removing their freedom of religion and going to make them worship Orthodox for increased power of the faith. All right, so demand, hey, guess what? You're going to be Orthodox now, and you're going to give me some money because, you know, you made a mistake. He's like, yes, sir. Piece of cake. Now, the problem with Lithuania is they're trying to take everything and say it's their land. And I don't accept that. That's just not an acceptable thing. The next thing we got is Papal States, Florence. We've also got Florence and all of them over here. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So I think what we're going to have to do is absolutely punish some of these guys for getting in my way. And that's easy for the most part. The only one that's going to be kind of a pain is Savoy. So if we go to war with Ferrara, we've got some claims on him. And we can also call on Austria, which would not be bad because then we can add in the Papal States, which adds in Florence, Ragusa, and we can just have one giant block party and basically start assimilating everybody to Orthodox, as well as crush our rivals, our opponents, and make this even more fun. In fact, let's get this party started. And they can rejoin the trade league if they wish, because they'll be more amicable to the situation. As you can see, he's already much more happier with us because they are a religion, even though they don't really technically really truly like us, but we made them like us because that's our way. We do need to get a little bit more fleets set up at some point, which is not a big deal. It looks like our fleet's still in good standing. And we're getting money, which we like money. Just like we're going to build one of the greatest economies in Europe. Lots of goods produced, lots of trade. We're going to truly restore everything as it should be. Now, as far as Hungary goes, I want to see if we can go ahead and return all the land to Transylvania. And it looks like occupied Lithuania. I don't want that. Occupied Bosnia. We could do that. Not much. People really ain't going to rage about that. So we just do that. Make them pay that. Yeah, that'll work. Then Transylvania gets a little bit more land and life is good. Now, the other thing we want to do is go ahead and get more friendship with Lithuania, because Lithuania is going to be our Giga Chad for who knows how long at this rate. And that should have also dropped Transylvania's dislike for me because we've given him some stuff. And the nice thing is we can go ahead and core these up here. So we'll just go ahead and grab those while we're at it. And we're not going to flip these yet to a trade league because we need lots more stuff. And the nice thing is Bosnia is now more negotiable. Possibly. Well, we may have to do a little bit more work on him, but that's okay. But Transylvania, not much of an issue anymore. They absolutely love us. We gave them some land back, which will allow us to eat them later. When I say eat, I always feel like I'm getting ready to grab a fork knife and eat a bunch of them, but nah, not that way. But we definitely have some interesting stuff going on here. And we're going to keep getting our spy network up with Castile because we've got much work to do. The nice thing is we can eventually subjugate Silly for being silly. So it works. And we're going to go ahead and continue doing a combination of getting workshops up, trade stations up, everything you can think of. We also need to get some more stuff here in Venice because we're going to make everything fantastic. We're going to restore the economy. We're going to make everything great. And it's going to be kick ass. gas, which is what we do. So what we do here in Venice, we make good money. We take care of everybody. We build up our trade routes and make it even better. Now we can also forego Alexandria for now and shift our focus over to Constantinople to build more trade. We can also build more trade here in Ragusa. There's a lot of options we have here. And at least until we get to religious ideas. Once we get to religious ideas, we're going to explode outward and start really, really kicking butt. And as far as our mercantilism goes, we're at 57.0, which means we're going to be making some good money still in trade. We're still going to be the kings of trade. We'll always be the king of trade. And of course, you're going to see Bohemia here eating a bunch of Hungary, which is fine. And then, you know, maybe eventually down the road, we'll see a little bit more stuff go on there. But for now, this is what we want to do. We can also activate the military to get some Marines, but also restore some of our manpower because we have utilized some of that. And of course, we can get some Marines, which use sailors instead of anything else. And kind of go from there. France is still very eager to try to mess with my influence here in Europe. So that's another thing we have to punish. But, you know, we punish very slowly. That's just kind of how we do things. And let's go ahead and transfer our trade to Ragusa. Let's make a little bit more money. We're also going to retake our Greek areas here. And then we do have a culture conversion going here in some of Bulgaria because it'll make life easier when we do some culture flipping. We're just grabbing a few little states here and there that we know is cheap, just to make life a little bit easier when we do flip. That way we don't have to worry too much about it because pretty much we want Greek culture anyway for our project that we're doing. So if we can do a lot of culture conversion here early on with, you know, nominal fees, nominal spend, that's just better for us in the long run. We also got Bohemia, who's in the house now, and let's go ahead and rebuild them. I guess we got max relations, but they desire some of my territories, which I don't like that. But, you know, we can go ahead and call them into battle for now, just to kind of slow down their behavior a little bit. Because we really don't want to deal with them being a pest when we need them for a lot of projects still. And we can also increase our diplomacy if we want to, because, well, we might want to, all things considering. And we can also increase our leaders, make a little bit more money that way. So there's a lot of things that we are still doing. Still got a lot of trade that we want to improve. We got lots of things going on. We are taking Ragusa this time. No mercy. Ferrara is down, so now we can finally go and play with the Papal States, which is what we wanted to do. And we have driven off Florence's army, which is what we want. And in order to claim this land, still, we have to look at Castile. And let's go down here. What do we need to throw a claim on a whole bunch of land at once? This does not have any, so we have to go through here, claim area, Calabria, and there we go. Bam. And we're going to throw a lot of claims on Castile today. We're going to try to go for some Aragon lands. We're going to try to go for the rest of this, plus the lands of Sicily, Malta, Sardinia. We're going to try to grab that because we are going to try to make our trade the best. Now, of course, we've got Switzerland still in here. Florence, Ragusa is ready. I just want to take this to fully control the Ragusa trade. Nobody cares. I mean, yeah. It's like, yeah, see, nobody cares. And then the other thing we want to do is make sure we are still converting religions. Unrest and some troops. Yeah, sure. Why not? It's almost over with anyway. And if it's not, well, we'll deal with it. That's what we do. And we got our first core on Ragusa, so we can restore that. Switzerland's too big to do any religious conversion, unfortunately, but we can still make do with what we have. So next one on the list is Florence, which Florence is one of those situations where, yes, we could force religion on them, take no lands, that way nobody cares, turn around and then eat their lands later on. Or we have the option probably later to Diplo annex them. If we take the lands right now, that would be 28. I've got more fish to fry. These are great lands, but I don't want to do that. So we're just going to go ahead and say, hey, you're going to convert and release Pisa. We're going to save our Diplo. We're going to eat them all in one bite anyway. So there we go. Money. And now they are Orthodox. Congratulations. Welcome to the family. Now, of course, we get this horrible event that we have to take a stab hit no matter what. It's like getting sucker punched in the gut and saying, hey, you're going to have to take this and like it. Yeah, well, we don't have to like it. But hey, we got this guy now forcing to give us money. And he's now Orthodox in the Holy Roman Empire, which is going to start hurting the HRE, which is the other thing we want. We want to keep a lot of these guys busy. And another nice thing is, since we're converting, we are now ranked 3 in Orthodox for Defender Faith. So now we have morale gain. And that's not all. We're still going to get more from this when we keep doing this, which makes it really nice. We are becoming the masters of the faith, which is what we want. Switzerland, we cannot convert, unfortunately. Sadly, he's just too big. So we're just going to take his money and kick him down the road, which is fine. We got some bigger fish to fry. We got some more trade. We got money. We got everything we need to go right now. So let's go ahead and get some more of those going. Now we're just down to Papal States and few others. We also have Siena that we can go to war with, and we can just go ahead and take their land. Let's see, when can we take their lands? 15, 13, but they might be able to just be vassalized. Because do we need them right now? Probably. We need all the lands. And then we've got Mantua here, who is next for absorbent. We got several guys here that are willing to get crushed under the power of the Empire. Now, if we go after Genoa, that also pulls in Muscovy, which Lithuania will deal with most of the time. I don't know how I feel about that. Silly is going to get pulled in again, so they're going to be really silly about it all. That's the one thing, but we do need some nice Genoese land. We need to take Genoa. We've got lots of work going out for us. So if we look at our anger map, most people don't care right now, which is what we want. And that's what we got to maintain. We got to maintain that status quo. And unfortunately, Bohemia is just very aggressive and wants my land, which is kind of strange. But hey, if they want my lands, they're not going to be allowed to get it. And we'll end up fighting them at some point. But I want to utilize them like good little puppets, even though they don't have much anything. Just like I don't want to waste manpower on some of these wars if we can avoid it. And we do have Muscovy here that we're going to have to deal with. They're not Russia yet, so we have some options. We have some openings to help deal with some of this threat. And, you know, we might be able to grab a few extra people in this. Hard to say. But if we were to go to war with Mantua right now, that's going to pull in Genoa, Scilly, Brigands. And we don't need a co-belligerent those to pull the empire in. We can just do this. And then that's going to bring in the trade league. And technically, if we really wanted to, we just start crushing everybody. So that's something that we might want to consider, because that would unite our Greek lands. We'd get Cyprus, and we would be able to take Genoa, which is a massive trade node hub that we want to do. So yeah, we're going to have to just position ourselves when we're ready, because it'll get a little rowdy, which sometimes rowdy isn't a bad thing. Surprisingly, the Papal States is pushing back. I don't know what's up with that. That's interesting. And the less chance these guys have to do any liberty battles, the better it is for us. Also, we have Salzburg and Florence here. So let's go ahead. And Florence does not give a damn anymore about helping Bologna, which we also wanted to mess with Salzburg a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and do that too. I forgot about poor Bologna, because we're going to do some more religious flipping on some of these guys so they don't care with what we do. So let's go ahead and rock and roll, and that one's done, and let's go destroy that one. Once we finish Rome, we'll be in great shape there. And we're going to make all the money. We're at 31 ducats a month, which is great. And Bohemia is doing work now. Thanks, Bohemia. You're a pal. You're a Giga Chad. And then as far as, we're going to go ahead and focus on getting the money for embracing colonialism. We really don't have to do much further. People get it. As much as that's going to put us behind tech, I made a mistake here, and I don't want to really spend any more on this land here. Burgos is not beneficial. Thessalonica would have been really good because it's 26. I had completely forgot about that. And I want to save to maybe make this a grand world center of trade to help speed this up, because this is going to be one of those massive items that we want to have. So it's something to consider. We can make trade posts too if we want to. I'm going to save our admin since we are more warmongers than we are traders right now. Who defeated me? Oh, they just took out one of my lone little guys. Okay, you do that. It's like, oh, that's what's going on. Got it. All right, so we got 22 there. People are going to be upset a little bit. Let's do war reps. Do we want to release nations to her at? Nah, let's do Spoleto. We are going to release those two, though, as punishment to Papal States, but they're not quite ready to be defeated, so we'll just let them cook for a little bit. They haven't stewed enough. And then our next guest on the Price is Wrong is these guys, so we're going to go ahead and go to war with them next. And we're going to co-belligerent. That way we pull in all our friends. That we have all our super friends involved, and it'll make it really nice. Because that's what we do. We go to war. We are proud warriors. Ha 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 ha. Well, I don't know if we're really proud warriors, but well. And we got a new trader, so let's do some trade steering here. Or, yeah, I guess we can. We should probably move this one and set it up to trade steer maybe from Aleppo. We'll figure that out. We lost our good guy, so we'll have to get yearly inflation reduction, dude. And yeah, that'll work for now. And we'll reassign some guys, see if we can steer the trade a little better, since we are planning to move our capital to Constantinople at some point. All right, next on the list is these wonderful friends over here. We'll be able to call. You may declare war in your trade league. Exit the trade league first. Oh, so we need to go to war with Genoa first. Got it. All right. Well, we're playing role reversal. There we go. Not a big deal. They got a 23 stack hanging out over there, so I think what we're going to do is take our fleet, park it right over here, blockade them so they can't do anything. And let's do some conversion. And then over here, we're going to go ahead and claim a whole bunch of land on Aragon. So what we want is Western Sicily. That gives us a bunch of provinces. And we'll do that again, because Castile is on our list of those that we want to say hi to. And we're still looking really nice with the ducats we're making. Don't really have any qualms here. We could spend some more money to up these advisors. Probably not a bad idea at some point. We do have quite a few in this alliance. Bosnia is still always going to be all rebellious. There's not much I can do about it. But we're going to start also diplo-annexing Transylvania as soon as we can, because I think it's time to just go ahead and bring them into the fold. And are we in position yet? Yes, we are. So we've got them blockaded. All right, let's go to war. We're going to take Novara as our war score. And we're going to bring in our friends here. We don't need to bring in Lucca. We want Mantua. That brings in enough friends. And yeah, we'll go from there because we're going to leave Lithuania and the others to play with. Leave Lithuania to play with Muscovy while we do this. We did lose some trade league, but you know what? If we decide to manage to salvage this, it won't be so bad. Oh, we got state maintenance reduction. Nice. Austria's fleet is falling. Well, that's a shame. He refuses, so why don't we just cut the shenanigans with him? Oh, he still wants to fight. Okay, well. You do you, boo. We're just gonna speed wreck these guys here. Should be no problems. The only downside I don't like is we're taking a good hit to our prosperity as we're getting devastation, which we're not really getting devastation, but the game thinks we are. So, I guess we are, but really not, because they're really not hurting us too much. And we might be able to call in Austria to this too. We just gotta do a little bit of work here. All right, let's see if Papal States is willing to peace out yet. Oh, look at that. They are. And bam, done. Got two new folks hanging out there, so we don't have to worry about any problems with them. Get those cored. And Ferrara is done. Let's look at the anger map, as I like to call it. Okay, yeah, nobody really cares. 13, 13, 15, 12. I think the only one who really cares is France or those in direct Italy, so we're good. And we'll go ahead and take that, and done. And we can rank up to a kingdom. No, we're up to an empire now. Cool. So we are the most serene, and we are up to a beautiful empire. So that'll do us very good for what we're doing. And we just got Bologna, and we don't have to worry about any more devastation here. So that's a nice thing. And we can go back to working on our thriving. Friuli is the one that's devastated. Oh, what's wrong here? Oh, nothing. They'll recover in a day. And Lithuania is taking on his forces. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. That's what we would love to see. Austria, why don't you, can you want to join the arms? That'd be called in multiple wars. That's why they're upset that we're in so many wars. Well, good news is Bologna and Salzburg's almost done. We just got a little bit of conquest still to do. Not the end of the world. Let's do that there. And really need a manufacturer anyway, so this is perfect. This works out good for us. And we do need to have peacetime to seize more land, because more land for the empire is better. And yes, the Pope absolutely hates me now, which, yeah, I kind of expected that. I mean, that's a given. We got a 6-2-3, so the guy is not really that good, but we'll make do with it for now. Oops, sorry about that. We had a... Uh-oh. We lost everything. Hold on, guys. We had a dog decide that he really had to be up here. So he decided to take out my speakers. Unfortunately, he's like, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? And had to get up here, so... And the next one we want to go after, I guess we'll go after the next guy up here. Okay, so we crushed the enemy there. That's good. Looks like we're doing good. We don't have to worry about Muscovy's troops. Did Muscovy just say hell with it? They're not participating? Oh, they're playing with no guy. Well, that sucks for them. It won't take us long to get what we need done here. We're going to come back over here and blockade their fleets. That way, you know, we don't have to worry too much about it. Yay, we had a comment. Everybody's upset. And Bohemia is so upset because they want more land. They want more land. This isn't fair. I want more land. Well, it's like, I don't know what to tell you, Bohemia. As soon as you leave the alliance, then you'll backtrack and be like, I love you. That seems to be how it always works with them. I don't understand sometimes. But if Bohemia wants to do that, that's fine. They're pretty weak now anyway. So I don't have to worry too much about them. All right, Mantua is down. So that's one problem taken care of. Actually, we've got multiple problems taken care of. So first one here, because they're so angry at us right now and so... like, why? We're just gonna make them pay some money and join our religion. That way, after a little bit, they'll be like, I love you. And like, done with that, so. And it looks like Sienna's having some fun, so. And we can go and switch and get the Cav one. Not that we're really using the Cav much, but hey. I suppose if we don't get colonialism soon, I can always pick it up. That's clear in England anyway. And I don't think there's any place really that has it. Well, Austria does. No, Austria does not have it present yet. Only one that's fully present is England or any of the colonial states. We could offer some money to go ahead and do that. Ask for knowledge sharing. Well, either that or we can just do it ourselves. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not in a hurry. We're not hurting. Teching would be nice, but if we can't tech, we can't tech. Now let's go ahead and drop a trade company there. Bohemia left us. Yeah, go figure, right? They always leave us. They always leave us. They always leave our friendship and our love because they get stupid. And then later on, he's going to be like, oh, I guess I really didn't want these provinces after all. All right, let's take these guys and we're going to go set sail and go. Oh, Mamluks are busy playing with Cyprus. Well, if that's the case, then nah, we won't go after them yet. We may flip them, so we don't have to worry about it. All right, who else do we have on the list here? Silly's getting conquered. Mantua, Muscovy, Genoa, Brigands. Oh yeah, most of these guys have been already defeated. Cool. And now we got Savoy, which we can fight them at some point, break them apart, and call it a day. And we're at 99, so let's go ahead and drop them down a little bit more. That way we can just happily eat these guys without much issue. And then Blogna. Oh, yes, we need to do Salzburg first. Salzburg, congratulations. We're messing your religion up because, yeah, we felt like it. And every time we do that, that just hurts the Roman Empire because we got heretic princes. So that works good for us and bad for them. And we get modern banking system. So we get some additional money, which would be nice. And we can produce some more goods if we want. We can produce a lot of goods. And we can sack Augsburg if we want. We could take some money, devastate them. They hate us for quite a while. Or we could take a loan, get some professionalism. I guess we'll take professionalism. It won't hurt us too much because we're going to turn around and start making these guys pay some money back anyway. So first things first, we're going to make them switch, pay some money, and done. Easy enough. Easy enough with minimal problems. And then Mamluks, they're over here still sieging with barely anything, so that's good on them. And Blogna, we're gonna go and grab him. Nobody cares because he's Protestant. So we got another lovely place to add to our empire with minimal issue. Austria will play if we want them to. I'm going to have them save their strength because Castile is going to be a fun one to play with when we get ready to do that. And we took out a big loan. We can go ahead and utilize that loan since we're on it anyway. And we'll just go ahead and build up some trade. It'll be a nice long-term investment anyway as we go. Fort maintenance, some of these we really don't need. Ragusa is a hill, so if we do that, we really don't need this fort. Some of these are just redundant at this point. And if they're grasslands, it's just a waste of money anyway. Nobody's really going to fight there. And if they do, well, everybody gets a disadvantage. Nobody wins at that point. And taking control of our Venice node is what we really want. We want to make all the money in the world. And then we also want to take over the Genoese trade node because that's what we want to do. We are going to work on getting some of these guys to be a little bit more chill with us and throw them in the trade league so we make some more money on them. And with Bohemia dropping us, you know, we got other alternatives now. I guess we are stuck with Austria longer than we anticipated, but that's fine. Sometimes we don't have much of a choice. Our manpower has dropped some, but not substantial. How are we doing over here? Well, Muscovy is getting sieged down. Looks like they're gonna go visit Mamluk land, which is fine. And if we look at the aggressive expansion map, there is starting to get some aggression. So we are going to probably shift our attention back to the east at some point. We do have some grievances we have to finish addressing, though, with Spain. So Castile. All right, we got some more land claims on them. Our goal is mostly to take Aragon. We also got some more land to take from Tunis at some point. Our nice thing is we've stopped Hungary from being taken over by anybody that's stronger than them. We do want to somehow get the Teutonic Order at some point as maybe a march. All right, Scilly is defeated, so we can go ahead and send them packing, get us some money. If I were to make them a subject, I don't think anybody would really care, but I just want them to pay some money, and yeah, that's it. Because that's really all we care about. It's making some more money. And then as far as Kara goes, we can throw a bunch of claims on Kara. That way we are done with them and we can use the Mamluks to help siege them down a little bit. Persia don't like them, so this would be a pretty easy scenario for us. So we're going to go ahead and throw a little bit of claims down on this situation so we can expand our eastern trade. We do also have Ekwanlu, which we'll fight at some point. Goal is just keep building up our trade power. And we're succeeding in that mostly because we're basically flipping people's religions, and a lot of them will be more willing to be a trader if they're one province minor, which would be nice. Mantua is defeated. You know what? Is Cyprus completely defeated? Nope. I was gonna say, you know, you could just flip to our religion, but I don't think they're going to. So we're just gonna make them pay some money, call it a day. As we still got Muscovy to deal with, and we just got two more. Mantua is already defeated, so I mean, technically we could go ahead and just eat them now. At this point, we don't want to keep pushing it because Lucca, Savoy, some of them are going to be upset. That's fine. We got what we wanted. We came here for that, and we left with that. So we're going to go and head back to the east. After all, that has been our primary goals. Shut down as many as I can and basically get to the point where we can probably start subjugating people. Hopefully. Looks like Siena got defeated. Yeah, that's unfortunate. The next one we can also deal with is France, if we choose to. Which, it's on the list of guys to say hi with, but... Okay, this guy's been defeated too, so let's go and flip his religion. War reps and trade religions, and bam, done. That works out so good. Now it's just Genoa and Muscovy, which is fine. We do have a little bit more anger now with a lot of these guys, so we're gonna have to cool their jets a little bit. So we're kind of at that part now where we have to go elsewhere if we're gonna do any more warring, just to mitigate a lot of the aggression expansion that we are facing at the moment, as we did conquer a lot of people. So the Genoa one is going to take a little bit of time. We're not going to dive right into an all-out battle with them for this very reason. We could call in Austria just to keep them busy, playing with Muscovy while we recover our troops, and kind of go from there. We're in the Age of Reformation, which is going to be nice. And then we could also prepare to subjugate the Ottomans if we choose to. But with everybody getting flipped to Orthodox, it's going to start hitting the authority. So we don't want Austria to get any stronger, at least till we dismantle the HRE. We're going to go and pass that act. And yeah, Republican tradition is tanking at this rate. Not doing too good. But part of it is we did get a little aggressive on everything. Colonialism has been embraced by Austria, so we could offer some money to let us just learn it, so it's done. So when we are ready, we could just send them their way. Well, we don't need to curry favors to Bohemia anymore because they pretty much told us to pound sand, so we just have to find the next person that we want to work with and get our mercantilism up a little bit more. And we're going to start saving our mana regen or monarchy points just because there's no reason to go too crazy. The Ottoman Particulars, or Separatists. We are going to also start absorbing Transylvania. That's next on the list. And if we can get Bosnia under control, we'll try to start absorbing them too. That way we don't have to worry about them once we flip. And we'll just eat these guys, call it a day. We do need to find a few more. We need to get some more money to improve our advisors. That's another thing we have to do. We got courthouses we also want to fill up, but we've got 1,400 capacity for governance right now, so we're doing okay. I do want to get our military up so we stay ahead of the tech curve. And then what do we have here for claim area? How about that? And then I think we want to claim. Do we want to do any direct land? 48. Already 2 claims. I guess these are on their own. All right, we'll grab that. Guess we're done on Castile for now. So we can work on placating some of our allies maybe if we need to. If we need to. It doesn't look like it, so we'll just carry on business as usual. Looks like Florence is going to stay as they are. We'll have to fight them at some point. But nice thing is we are at Tech 3. We're going for Tech 4 to make our Defender of Faith even more powerful. Muscovy is getting crushed, which I 100% approve of this. We're at 33. So if we do that, it gives us 9 or 17. I want to go with further than that. I think we should go with Humiliate too. I think we should really go with that for increased power projection. So we'll let them continue to get beat up for a little bit, as we're not ready to charge into battle for anything yet. So once we have that, we'll be in good shape. We're also going to start saving money for our colonialism, which we do have in Venice. So we're going to take this and we're going to increase our spread, institution spread to our states. That way we can have all this ready to go. And we're going to keep converting. So that's what we want to do. And we're looking in great shape. We'll probably be able to subjugate more people once we devour a couple, while we're still in that phase of things, which is fine. I do want to work on the trade leagues and build this back up, so we can get more people donating their troops and money and make us filthy, filthy rich. And we can also throw some state houses down. That'll help mitigate some costs for states and a few other things. And we also got some more culture conversion happening to get some Greek. That way, when we flip our culture, we're not in too much trouble. We also want to make sure that we get some more control over these trade nodes. So that is a thing that we have to do. We're also going to lower autonomy after we're done with the war. Make sure we get everything down so we make even more money, so we can be filthy, filthy rich. And we're not too bad. We need to get our Patriarch Authority all the way to max at some point. That also will help us. So, for example, what we can do here, now that we've got that converted, is we can consecrate. State maintenance goes up a little bit, but we get a permanent Patriarch Authority. We can do that one too. We can do that one. And looks like that's all we can do right now, but that jumps up our Patriarch Authority to 24, proves a lot of our different stuff, local unrest, things that will be important. We can also consecrate here, which we may do later, but for now we'll kind of take it as we can. We also need to activate this, that way we can establish that order. That way when we come time to upgrade this, it's going to be filthy cheap, which is something that we're going to want to do. We got our advisors 59. I think that'd be a bad idea. I guess we'll see what happens with them. And Thrace. We'll just ignore it for now. And with us being gone from the area, that's going to help us quite a bit. Kind of cool down some tempers. Make everybody a little bit nicer to each other. Bosnia no longer really wants to oppose me, which is nice. They kind of all mellowed out, especially considering at this point France doesn't want to help him anymore. We do have Aragon that we still want to eat at some point. Keeping people busy, though, will help us ignore Aragon for the time being, so we can turn around and attack them at some point, because we're going to want that. And we're going to have to go after Castile in a roundabout way. But we can also attack here. And once that triggers, we should be able to fight them. But for now, we're going to hold off on that because we're going to focus back to the east, build up our trade league over here. And, you know, when we got some people that are getting up there in the mid 20s, 30s, we kind of want to slow that down just because we don't need more angry teenagers. As a joke. In fact, really, I don't have to worry about it. I keep getting worried. Oh my God, I got to make the Pope happy because I'll be excommunicated. No, I don't really have to anymore. He's not my problem. I keep forgetting about that. He's not my problem anymore. Okay, so Muscovy has just been wrecked. It's beautiful. It's glorious. We can humiliate him. We can take more money. 1,700 ducats from him. We can do war reps. Do we want to make him break anything yet? Nah. This is just to really bankrupt him and get our power projection up. And then Genoa. Why did I say Venice? We're going to go ahead and finish eating him. We want Genoa because that's the biggest trade area. And we're going to take these two areas. That puts us at 28. Switzerland's going to hate us for literally one moment and then they'll be over it. So, and we'll make them take money, war reps, and done. Mission accomplished. We have Genoa and we have control of the rest of the Greek culture in this area, which will make life so much easier for all of us. And we can finish the next mission down here, which is reclaim the Age of Sea. Beautiful. And then we can also go ahead and seize some land, make us stronger because we've been at war for a very, very long time. And following the events that occurred, we're going to go ahead and slow things down just a little bit and start inviting people to trade leagues that would be happy to be a part of the trade league now. Most of them really won't care about fighting me or opposing me at this time, so it'll be nice. In fact, most of them are going to be so afraid they're just going to be like, hey, yeah, I'll join the trade league for fun. And we can't really do anything with Lucca right now. They're going to be angry with us for a little bit, but, you know, whatever. And another nice thing is, now that we're getting situated here, we can begin collecting money, collecting a check from Alexandria there, and it'll be nice. The next big thing we want to do is look at our ports because we want to build and continue the trade. So I think we're going to go ahead and build the world port here. And then in this area, we're also going to want to build another world port. Just something we're going to make sure we have to do. And then following this, we need to go ahead and deal with this. We're going to have some rebels. We're going to have some people angry at us, but I want to make sure that we are making the best money we can from all this. And we're just not making the best money if we're sitting on it like this. Those I'm not worried about. I'm going to leave those alone. But as you can see, now we're making 51 ducats a month. That's a huge jump from what we were. And we're going to go ahead and devour Transylvania because may as well. It'll be quick, painless, and done. Hungary only hates me a little bit, so maybe we'll vassalize them later. Never know. Bosnia, you know, they don't like us because we have one of their cores. Well, actually, we have a couple of them. I personally am not going to try to do anything different with them right now. But we got a couple things we're doing here to build rapport. Kara is our next on the list, and we can have some fun with them. There's only a few provinces we really can take, so we got to be really careful as we're still building diplomacy. But at the same time, we could continue to go to war, keep building up our coffers, and you know, we're focusing somewhere else instead of in Europe, so we can mitigate a lot of issues that comes from just concentrating all your effort on one spot. And we also got colonialism coming, so we got to make sure we're doing that too. All right, we got our leader, which, you know, we'll try to see if we can get a better leader as well. And we'll send them on to battle. Let's see, which way you're going there. Move them there. And we can move your fleet there. And then we can protect trade over either Ragusa or Constantinople. I think we're going to protect trade at Constantinople to further build our trade up. Speaking of which, we can increase our fleet by another 27 if we want to for more trade. I think that's a great idea. I think we should invest in our trade. So we're going to go ahead and just do that. And that's going to cost us 500. It's worth it. We'll get a good return on it. Net return is good, profitable, everything you can think of. And after that, now we're going to focus on saving up to go ahead and tech colonialism, which will save us some nice money in the long run, and we can go from there. And we're also going to start planning our integration. The beautiful part about this is we have made some leaps and bounds. All right, we're already making 61 ducats now. That's beautiful. We're going to be making so much money. And that's what we want. We want to keep making that money. We can also field 58,000 troops with our new trade league that is built on those that follow the true faith, which is fantastic. And the nice thing is they can, and most of them will, be willing to be vassalized if we really wanted to. But we don't have the slots for that, so we're not going to go crazy on trying to vassalize everybody. Just, it's not worth it right now. Once we eat these 3 vassals we have, then, you know, we can consider it. We can only get up to another 55 with them, but that's fine. We'll make it work. And then this one, we should be able to go all the way, finish that one. But having Mamluks distracted a little bit will help us. They don't have a lot of manpower, and I know I'm kind of wearing them out while we're prepping to face Castile. It's 6-1 half dozen the other if we do this, but I feel like this is probably our best bang for our buck as we continue to press forward. Probably around 15-20 is when we will potentially flip. I want to maintain this relation as long as I can to deal with some of the other forces, such as Castile, Portugal, massive blob, just because of the situation. As I doubt Lithuania will participate in it. I would be shocked. They're more a ways out. And then we'll have to seek some new alliance with someone like Persia to deal with some other threats. Not that we really, once we take off, we really don't have a limit, but I like having a little bit of cushion for some of the situation that we have. And I'm going to go ahead and throw claims on these small guys here. We could eat them, and then we could probably throw some claims on Hungary, who's protected by Bohemia, which is fine, as I may make Hungary a subject and refeed him all that stuff, especially when we get to the Byzantium Empire. We can make him a poigneur and kind of go from there, which will be even better. And basically, once it's all said and done, then we can, when the heir dies, then, or the king dies, then we just instantly absorb it into the empire. Easy peasy kind of thing. And then we're at 1700 is what we need to finish that. So that is our long-term goal. And I'm not sure where the Mamluks are, but we're just gonna hang out here. Oh, they're coming from behind. They're gonna backdoor him, so that works for me. And we can increase our military if we want. I'm just gonna save all our points for now. I would like to spend some more on advisors, but I'm gonna hold off just because I need to make sure that we get the colonialism done first. Then we can worry about all the extra stuff. The nice thing is, between Austria and the Mamluks and myself, we should be able to beat Castile. The biggest threat has always been Aragon, but I think we can find a way around that. 31 for Bosnia. We can finish. We're going to get those guys, and then we'll just absorb them into the empire as well when we get to that point. And then let's go ahead and throw a claim on Belgrade. And then we'll throw a claim. Nice thing is, once we become Byzantium, we'll have a massive amount of missions open up to us, and it'll be really nice. And Cephalonia needs a manufactory. Okay, we could do that. Burgas needs training barracks. Yeah, we could do that. Or this one would be cheaper. Manufacturing is going to cost a little bit more, but I like the goods produced, so we'll stick with that for now. And we're going to be going with religious ideas, so we may as well pump out as much admin as we can once we tech up. Right now, if we tech up, we would be spending 643 admin. We're just going to wait till we get colonialism. That'll be even cheaper. And Kara really doesn't have too many friends. I mean, there's Corazon there, but we're already defeating them. And so it'll be easy. This is just a nice little relaxing battle compared to what we were having. And there we go. There's another increase to our state, which is going to be great. So right now we are on tier 9. Devolution of powers or broaden executive powers. Let's go and do that to increase our power costs, or decrease our power costs by 2%. The next one is just a policies one, which we'll probably just do. We can just grab a policy and call it a day. Then we got the electorate, which disallows elections. A general becomes ruler when the current ruler dies. So that's a funny one, but nah, we're gonna stick with what we got for now. And we are almost there. But making the kind of money we are, And then once everything switches to thriving, we'll be in great shape. We don't need to stay with them. Let's see. Trent's offering knowledge sharing. Yeah, sure. Help speed it up a little bit. Making Corazon pay a bunch of money would be nice. They're almost defeated, so. I think really the only threat left is going to be France and Castile at this point, if we're going to jump into a new war. And we're going to want to make sure these two are getting absorbed into the empire while we do it. That way we don't have to worry about anything severe. Which, that one's just been sitting here parked. We're going to go ahead and go back the other way. That way we don't burn up our manpower, since it is precious. We're getting 7,000 extra manpower from the Trade League, which is nice. Once we finish eating these guys, then we can consider grabbing a few more subjects, probably in the Italy region. Just that way we don't have to worry about it anymore. That way we maintain some options. And we're almost there. He's been defeated. Let's see if he's willing to give us a bunch of money. Yes, he'll give us some money, 350, and reparations. We'll just ignore that. Right on the money there. Now we can improve. So, we got that squared away. We can drop the institution. After our next tick, to make sure everything's been recalculated, we'll progress forward. And then there we go. It was 450, way cheaper. We got our religious ideas, 288 for our diplomacy, and then we'll be pretty close to our next tech there. Let's dive right into religious ideas. We'll just swan dive right into it and begin teching all that up. And then our next one, let's see what claim we have right there. We're almost done with Bosnia, so let's go ahead and throw him some money. Let him know how much we like him. Done. And we're probably going to want to work on Austria a little bit. Just that way we are ready for the impending war to come. And if we can build that up, that's just gravy for us. His and Kefa, we probably will have to do some there. We'll probably just do an admin on this and save our Diplo points and kind of get through there. And, good. Kara is defeated. And, let's just take the prestige. And hello, little gamer. Their tech is a big thing. Tech changes the game a lot. And we'll go with the Culverin for the extra fire damage. Those fire pips are always really nice. And then it's time to go ahead and start eating Kara. We are going to take some Diplo hits to this, but that's okay. We knew this was going to happen, and 100% right there. Only a handful of people are going to be upset, mostly people back the other way. So, or We can cut that and grab a little bit extra money. But I think we'll be fine with just no money. And we just do this. We connect to Genoa. Connect to our subject, and bam. You got to remember there is Western, Eastern, and the Ottoman units, and then there's Persian units. There's different types of units. There's different texts. That's why a lot of people try to Westernize as soon as they can. Usually Western has some of the best units. All right, so we finished that mission. So we can start coring a lot of these. At least they're small provinces with not a lot of issue to them. We're going to make this into a trade company over here. It can change a lot. It can change a lot. Okay, so we're done with Serbia. And let's see why he's upset. The force vassalized. They have a claim. If we give him that, that's fine. Let's give him this land. We can pay off his debt. Grant province. Bitless. There we go. And that should make him a little bit happier. We may just keep him around a little longer than we want to, but that's okay if we need to, because he does have claims on Aquionlu. How can you Western? I don't know, but then it comes down to your army ideas and traditions, your morals, your discipline, how you structure your units. There's a lot of mixed things that everything counts. And Bulgarian wants to rebel, which is kind of given considering we did do some shenanigans there. And where's the 22 at? Okay, we got there. We're going to do a little bit of a breather here. Not very long, so we got lots of work to do still. Now, sometimes the NPCs don't do very well at their job. And we can go ahead and prove our guy here. We'll probably look at a new advisor as we progress through this. And then the only thing left we got really that I want to be focused on is Castile. I can pull in Austria and the Mamluks, which is what we want, which it means it's going to be a big, ugly war, which is fine as long as everybody has the troops. Let's see, you're at Tech 8, so you're behind. Tech 9. So Mamluks are there, but the problem is they've got a long ways to go. We are at Tech 9, or no, Tech 10, so we're ahead of everybody. So we have the advantage. The only downside is this could hurt, but I think we go to war. We don't want to do blockade ports. I want to go to war for our claims down here. So what we're going to do is take this fleet and this fleet and link it up with our primary fleet here, because we need to get all this repaired. Just gotta keep an eye on the rebels, because we're gonna have rebels popping up just because we did a bunch of shenanigans. We'll share some knowledge. So this is going to be probably one of the hardest battles we have so far, and we're gonna try to neutralize Savoy as quick as we can. That way we can focus on Aragon. Aragon has 100,000 troops in 6-7, and that's because he has quantitative. It never triggered. They just surrendered Maine and no war. So the biggest challenge here is because Aragon got a hold of the Burgundy Alliance. They are very, very strong. They got 100,000 troops, 67,000 in reserve. This puts us in dire straits because Castile doesn't put that many troops. So that's one thing we have to consider before we go to war, that this is going to be ugly, and Austria is behind 2 techs. The only one with the current tech is myself against Aragon. So we don't have a lot of allies to deal with Castile right now. And France has this weird obsession not to end their rivalry. If they did, we might have a little bit more backup. The only thing I can think of to try would have been to go to war with France and break the rivalry, then turn around and go from there. And so there, like I said, there's options, but the Aragon troops are going to be nightmare fuel. And I don't know if we can beat that without Lithuania, which they're behind in tech and they have no reserves. So quantity ideas for Aragon has made it really bad. And Aragon just did the Independence War, so that makes this way worse. So I guess what we're gonna have to do is jump in right now for Naples, because Aragon is now going to be a tremendous threat the rest of the game. And that changes a lot. And they have 564 total war score. They are technically a great power. Well, they should be on here, but they're not yet. So, may have to change plans and go with quantity ideas against my will, just to be able to build a large army and be able to pick up religious ideas. Really don't need it with Byzantium, but Aragon is going to be a nightmare. And now that they're allied to my allies, meanwhile Aragon absolutely hates me, that adds even further fuel to the fire. I'm gonna maybe temporarily abuse Aragon if I can. Because if I can get their rage under control, I might be able to do some magic here. And that's unfortunately the problem. Now I could jumping on the side of Aragon, say enforce peace, but they don't like me. So yeah, this is going to be hard. Now, the only difference is I could abuse Aragon, hopefully, and try to get them to war for me for a while. But that's going to be really complicated. I'm going to sit on this just a little bit. Get a little bit of extra money. Deal with the rebels, since we got tons of rebels coming. And strategically kind of plan this out, because this is going to be hard. What's worse is grabbing my allies makes life so much difficult. Is essentially he can have infinite troops at this point and just spit them out faster than I can defeat them. So that's one of the things that I have to really consider now when we're fighting Aragon. But if we can get his hatred over us, then we might be able to do something about this. As yeah, 103,000 field and 60,000. He is beefy. He's definitely beefy right now. And that's sometimes got to realize there's no way I can fight him right now. I can only manipulate the scenes, which we can still do. We just have to be very subtle about everything now. And I'm patiently waiting here because I want to try to get him over this dislike and then try to switch it. Was while he does not like me, we might be able to an enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing. And of course the RNG gave him a ridiculously buff leader, a 654. So he is like freaking super tier for a long time. And Aragon is already maxed out at 18. There is literally nothing else I can do, which sucks. The only thing I could do is maybe offer him military access and then try to jump in on this war and help him. But that would defeat what I want to do, which right now, if I go to war with Castile, the only one that's going to jump in is Portugal. If I wait a little longer, Portugal will bail on this war, which is kind of something that we can look at for a strategy. And we got large separatists here. Very, very large separatists. Which is definitely going to make it more interesting. As once we lose the Mamluks, we'll be facing a very big uphill battle. Trade efficiency, let's just do that. We could jump in, great power side, which we're not doing. I want to see this weekend a little bit more. And we just need to keep trying to work on whatever we can to try to slow this down. France does not like Venice, Austria, Spain, Portugal, so there's a chance that he might become an ally of Aragon. Which was definitely gonna hurt. And we got a 4-2-3, 55, so it's a 5-3-4. It's a little better, still not what I like. We definitely wish we could do better. Let's just put it that way. Let's just do a reinforced speed and let's buff him up to get our military going a little bit more. So, not a lot going on right now. It's still very quiet. And it's a matter of trying to get this guy to drop his hatred. Portugal does not seem to be ready to give up yet. As far as Portugal goes, or Castile goes, I just want this province for my territory. Probably gonna have to reconsider how I'm gonna have to handle Aragon a little differently now. Probably a little bit more with kid gloves than we had. Because I originally was gonna go diplomacy for my second set of ideas, so we could absorb more land as we war. I don't think that's a good idea. I think we're gonna have to go with basically plan B. Which with quantity we'll get administration ideas, which is nice. We'll get religious ideas, which is a nice combination, as we're going to want to have to field as many troops as he can too in battle, since it's going to come down to going back and forth. Because while we could probably win money wise, we're not going to win long term. And see, he wants a lot of our land, which I'm going to say that's going to be an issue. And with his military power way stronger, that too is going to hurt. So we're going to have to look at really expanding to the Far East as much as we can. And expanding where we can up here in Europe to keep him from growing. So, yeah, things have changed. Things have definitely changed on how we were going to handle this. Portugal still wants to stay in it. I'm surprised that we'll grab our next one. Tolerance to the true faith, which is still going to be really nice. Let's go ahead and bump up our... We did lose, it looks like, a few trade nodes, which... Yeah, it looks like we lost Constantinople when we pulled that back. So let's go ahead and go back to Constantinople. And we'll kind of go from there. We can also see some land, which may as well do that. We need to keep building up our power base. And as soon as we flip to Byzantium, Mamluks is going to drop us very quickly. So, yeah. We could change the tide here. Yeah, if he hadn't got the Burgundian inheritance early on, we probably would have been a lot safer. But now that he got that, that's brutal. And having him allied to my two allies puts us in a severe disadvantage too now. Which, you know, at the end of the day is not good. And we're kind of landlocked now because we didn't press this war. So we could just press into Persia, because I think we're going to have to press now. Let's see, Church of England. They're ranked number 1 in military, which I could see why they pulled away. I would like to jump in on this fight. I'm waiting to Portugal to basically tap out. Looks like Savoy is getting devoured now, which we kind of knew was going to happen. But what we'll have to do is somehow weaken the Mamluks and then get into Persia and the Basra trade nodes and keep going east and basically taking that stuff over. Because when you are stuck, you have to look at other options to expand. Waiting for Portugal to give up, and then we'll go after them for our land there. And we're going to take advantage of the situation and just drop a bunch there. And it looks like once this air goes, he'll have some trouble for a little while, but he ain't gonna have any trouble for a long while. And yeah, with the change of tides, I need to get Aragon on our side somehow. That way we can refocus our efforts on the east, because we're going to lose our allies. It's going to be kind of a messy situation. And that's not what we wanted, but this is what we get. We'll have to change a little bit of this, of our tactics all up. And Aragon may take this land, which will put a damper in us. Portugal's almost out of this. Can we trade steer? We could go after Astracon's trade node and send Persia's stuff up here to the Black Sea and down to Constantinople. So we do have different means to progress, for at least to make more money still. And we'll send these. Guess we'll group them up right there. I was hoping to avoid oldest tradition. I was really hoping to avoid this conflict. The only other thing I could do is threaten Castile at this point to enforce peace. But you have to have every kind of opinion, at least 100 review, and is currently 31. Yeah, thanks, game. Thanks, game. Well, guess eastbound we go. Well, let's invite Savoy to the Trade League. That way we can vassalize him at some point. Ah, Tuscany is born. There's not much he can do. So yeah, it's damn. Brutal. If you've never seen an Aragon at full power, it's not pretty. I want to drop our aggressive all the way down and try to work on something here. As far as how we're going to handle this. Good, we get stability. Trying to figure out what our best method is now. Good news is we just picked up some additional troops. Split those up over here because they need cannons. Think we can split that there, split that here, and then we can pick up. There we go. A few more cannons. And I think it's time we just finish the Ottomans too while we're at it. And we might... Nah. Mamluks won't participate in that. At this point, we could jump in on this, but... Well... Yeah, we could jump in on this. Since they're unsieging everything right now. Let's take advantage of this. So all we have to do is siege the capital. We take that, and we're good for now. Yeah, I think we'll switch to threatened stance to see if they'll consider an alliance. And there we go. We'll try to grab the rest of this area. Hopefully we don't have to run around chasing this guy all over the place, because that would be obnoxious. I guess we're gonna chase this guy all over the place. All right. I'm gonna worry about his capital. I need to get that done. Since he just wants to run in circles, I'm not gonna chase him all day. We got wars to do, not play tag. All right. And let's go ahead and destroy that. Oh, look, now he's going to run. All right, we got that. Let's split that up. War should be over pretty quick with them. All right, let's finish off the Ottomans too while we're at it. And that should be done. Oh, hey, he's running. I guess we'll go back this way now. Start sieging down their territory. There we go. Yeah, they want our provinces. Well, I guess we could rescind the claim too. I have not seen such a beastly Aragon. That one is something that I am not used to seeing. Let's see, what else do we need? Let's get some more. All right, let's try to do what we can to secure an alliance on some things. Other things we're not going to be able to. I'm going to go ahead and develop a spy network on Kara. And then we'll do a spy network on Genoa. And we're going to focus on the east. Hopefully we can get to the point where we can get Aragon and the Mamluks to turn on each other. So we'll see how that develops. Okay, so let's go and use some points we have, since we got to develop that territory anyway. He's almost defeated, so it is definitely worrisome of what's going to happen here. And Lithuania is far weaker than Poland when it comes to unions and stuff, so. And unfortunately, Bohemia. Yeah, oh, of course, he announced his arrival. Frickin' knew it. Frickin' knew it. Frickin' knew it. It was not going to take too long for him to declare our arrival. That obsession to fight me was going to be strong. So we are definitely in some serious trouble. Oh, son of a bitch. All right, well. He still had a full fucking army? Are you kidding me? Well, there's a stack wipe. Damn. And I can't get out of that because I'm walled off. Oof, that's not good. Well, I guess all we can do now is just fight back. Well, bring all our forces to the front line, I guess. That'll free up some money at least. That is some bullshit there. I don't know how he had a whole army waiting, but we'll have to bring everything to the forefront. He was literally fucking conquered by Aragon and all of them had nothing left, and then suddenly brings in a whole army. He must have bought mercenaries or something. I don't see how he would have just suddenly fielded a whole massive army. So we'll have to worst case scenario, we may have to restart over if Aragon's too much, because this is already throwing a wrench and going to Byzantium. I mean, we can, but we're fighting literally everybody as our enemies at this point. May as well take on Europe. That's the only downside I don't like about this, is we're going to be fighting all of Europe. Is literally everyone is my rival. And we're not even that strong, troop-wise. So I don't know. I have to think on how to deal with this new problem. We'll lose Navy tradition. I need all the manpower I can get. I'll happily lose all my Navy tradition for military at this point. I need my other stack of troops here. Like yesterday. Yeah, I don't think anybody can compete with Aragon. He went from nobody to second most powerful. Come on, hurry up. There you go. Send our full stack of 73,000 at him. That's all we got. Hopefully we stack wipe him. Good, we stack wiped him. We returned the favor to him. He deserved that. He deserved a lot. Okay, as far as Genoa, let's go ahead and claim area in Crimea. And let's throw a claim on all of Armenia. If anything, he saved me some money. Let's check up. We need to get these last three. Then we'll focus on everything else. I'm gonna park our troops right there. Although I think since we did stack wipe him and we returned the favor to him, that should help. Let's take all their wealth. I need to build a new army anyway. So let's go ahead and create a new template. And let's go. And let's do, well, that's 30. There we go. And then let's throw some manufactories out. There we go. Yeah, definitely don't see how I can be his rival. That kind of force. And we had to lose another statesman. Okay, let's see. Guess we'll grab them. And are we... What's hitting us? War taxes. I didn't know we still had that on. Turn that off. We don't need war taxes. I guess we stacked wiped his whole army. Yeah, we did. Okay. I feel better now. We returned the favor. Payback was a bitch. All right. Because he did that crap, I do want to take a few more provinces, though. He cost me some money. I think while we start changing everything up, though, we're going to focus on getting set up to change to Byzantium. But we're not going to fight just yet. We're going to exhaust the Mamluks a little bit, I think. The only other thing we can do is try to get him to break some alliances, like 50 favors, get him to break the alliance. And we're going to have to stay friends with Austria for God knows how long now. Since we have a lot of enemies. And I'm hoping that France and Aragon turn on each other at some point. That would be a bonus for us to kind of survive this madness. And we have to stay pretty much ahead of our tech at all times now. But I think we'll have to go... Instead of Diplo like we wanted to, which would have been really nice, I think we're going to have to go quantity. That way we can field a massive army as well. Okay, there we go. We got our new army. Cost us a lot of manpower. Cost us a credible amount of manpower to do this. Let's get our mercantilism up, and we'll use some military power to get some more troops. I'm going to go ahead and just release them. We don't need them. And then we'll probably... Yeah, oof, that's hurting. Over the limit now. Over the limit by 10. Well, we're going to still keep doing what we can to try to preserve some peace, if we can. May have to cut back a couple of these, since 16 is not really going to help us in the long run. And let's go ahead and see what we can do. Grab all that like we wanted. And then I grab that. That's 33. A lot of people aren't going to do much of a coalition. Well, Tuscany probably will. Oh, I lied. There's going to be several that coalition that I really won't have much control over. Let's work on Tuscany a little bit. Genoa's always going to permanently hate me. That's just a given. And let's grab that. And what else can we grab here? Rest of Circassia. So yeah, we got some definite projects now that we got to work on. And we lost a bunch of our traders. So we'll have to kind of re-strategize everything here too. I guess let's send them to protect down in Aleppo. Try to get control of everything there. All right, we do that. I want all their money. We're going to need that money. And war reparations, and I think we're good. Hey, Hensley. How are you doing? Castile no longer considers me a rival. That's fine, because I've already got a super rival. Yeah, I have a beastly enemy now that I have, we're going to have some issues with, unfortunately. So I'm going to try to figure out how to deal with Aragon, of all people. Because they're really brutal. It's going to make doing what we need to do much harder. All right, where's that at? Oh, right there. That's fine. We can deal with that. Let's go ahead and take that one. And we'll call it a day there. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to pull through this. Our trade is severely messed up too right now. How much favors do I have? I have enough to end favors. Break alliance with Aragon, please. There. That'll be good for my sanity. Let's move our forces there. We need to seize more land. Cephalonia needs manufacturing. There we go. Okay, so the next thing we got to do is kind of regroup on how we set this up. There's got to be a lot of work we got to do right now. And let's ask for access. Okay, we got access still. Because we are definitely going to be avoiding a lot of this area for a while. Well, if we attack them, we could finish getting the rest of that land. Only problem is, well, only one that's really going to be mad is Pope, and I don't really care about the Pope, so let's just grab it. And then we can improve relations with Savoy. Okay, so we're at 17. I guess we're going to have to get rid of some of these units. We just got too much. So let's cut that down. Let's cut this. Let's get rid of the cav. There. That should get me back up to 28. Oh yeah, we got money to upgrade our trade ships. We need to do a lot of upgrading here. All right, we're gonna head east. That's really the only option we have now. Go east. Go east and also into Russia to build our power base. We'll still be able to make quite a bit of money in this area, but we're just gonna have to play it differently than we were originally. Next ruler, hopefully he's a good one, cross our fingers, will also flip to Byzantium. I'm going to use the Mamluks once more now that I've severed ties. Made him sever ties with Aragon. There we go. We're connected there. Lithuania, I need to work on getting his rep up. Aragon's going to ally just Austria, it looks like. So Spain, France is the only one that doesn't dislike him. Okay. I guess we'll go up here. We'll go in and take those pieces of land too while we're at it. Okay, that's done. Okay. And only a handful of care. Not enough to worry about a coalition. There's that. Asia, we could ignore Europe, support them both ways, yeah. I'm not going to ignore either. And let's go ahead and go to war. Both. Try to get everybody nicey for now. I want to get as much as I can with Austria. I wanted to break the HRE, but we got new problems. Just like we got new problems here in Tuscany. So we'll have to deal with them at some point. He is Orthodox, so most people won't care. So once my coalition status kind of cools down over here, we'll come back for Tuscany. For now, I'm Defender of the Faith, so nobody's really going to bother attacking them. Okay, that's done. Let's go this way. Just need to finish this. We're going to save all the money we can, as we've got to do a lot of reformation. And then I'd say we go for Akleonlu while we still have potentially the Mamluks still willing to help us. At least once more. One last hurrah. We just need to connect. I just need 2 provinces to connect to Persia. And I think I'm going to have to consider devouring Persia. Now I could up this a little bit more because I need 2 more religious ideas. I guess let's do... I will hold off. I'm getting second thoughts about that. So we'll only have enough for one last hurrah with them. Then we got to change. I'm not going to use admin this time. But what we'll do is we'll go and summon our leaders, drill, get our next military so we stay ahead of everybody. And we'll just drill. Start working on training our troops. I think everybody converted here, if I was right. Almost. We're almost done converting. Okay. Let's seize the wealth. We're going to need it anyway. We can go to war with Muscovy. That's good to know. We don't have any territory, though, so we'll just wait. We can wait. Yeah, we slowed down incredibly based on this RNG here. Think we would have been a little faster depending on the RNG. We had some rough RNG on this one. Now, one of the things is a lot of people say, well, you know, if the RNG is good, how fast can you can do it really fast. But if the RNG is not on your side, it may take a little longer to accomplish what you're trying to do. It just kind of depends. You know, a lot of times people bird, which, you know, and it's weird because in Crusader Kings 3 you can bird and get your achievements, but in EU4 you cannot bird to get your achievements. So I always thought that was an interesting situation. Okay, we can ease tensions there. That's a nice setup there. So what we could do is offer an alliance. They may dislike each other. That's fine. It's like, I don't care if you guys hate each other. I'm going to subjugate you guys now. That way I can get some extra land out of the deal. We need a king. The Republic is sacred. Let's just take the stab hit. We're not ready to go that path yet. This is another one we're going to probably vassalize at some point. And did we convert everything over here? I don't believe so, but what we can do is take anything that's not a state, flip it to trade company for now. We're going to be doing a lot of changing stuff up, so I don't want to do too much. At least if we can avoid it for now. All right, we should have enough. Once I vassalize him. Man, they got a nice one, a 566. We could get something like that for our next ruler. I'd be Byzantium all the way in no time. So we got 2 there. Well, you know what? We could just feed this to our subjects, save our admin points. Problem is, I want to go to war with everybody. 5 years is a long time to wait. Five years is a very long time to wait. We could go to war for Rome at some point, which we might. Tuscany. Nobody will really care if we go to war with them. I think we can subjugate them soon. We're almost done with that. Then we can switch over. Okay, good. We're just waiting to finish up, guys. And then we're going to go ahead and move our capital to Constantinople for the big push. Capital's been moved. We're going to move our trade center to Venice still. That way we kind of still swap it up. So we're still collecting in Venice. And then we're going to go ahead and build. Let's see where we're going to trade at. Ragusa would still be good. Genoa would still be good. Let's do Genoa. As we still got a few more things we have to do. We're still making 30 ducats, so we're okay. All the money we're doing right now is in standby mode. Except if we need to get a trade port up, that way we can continue to master trade. And somewhere that is needed, like here. There we go. And we got another world center. So that'll be nice. That'll help us out a lot. We won't be able to convert it back for a while. But that'll at least boost our income up some, hopefully. Yeah, it went up to 38, so we're good. I think we're going to go ahead and throw spy network on them. We've already got claims thrown everywhere there. I want to throw claims on Tunis as well. That way we're set up. And then let's go ahead and throw that on Granada so we can finish that. And we're going to start doing some courthouses. I forgot about that. We're going to get really hurt on courthouses very quickly when we flip. Let's go ahead and do that to increase our government and our mercantilism. We're just having our guys train right now. I think training is going to be the most important thing. As once we flip to Byzantium, we're going to go pretty much ham on everything. And we'll have to forego some of Italy for a while. Which is unfortunate, but we're going to subjugate Savoy. Because I'm going to use Savoy to regain a lot of stuff. Enlarged council, Republican tradition, trader influence. Things are working as they are. Especially since we're not going to stay a republic much longer. We do have Theodoro as well, so what we could do is throw a claim on Theodoro. And that'll get us to go to war with Genoa sooner so we could bust through here, which isn't a bad idea, all things considering. So right now is the waiting game, everyone's favorite. We're up to 42. And we're going to go ahead and get the next plan set up. We have to unstate things. This is going to hurt a little bit. So we got to be prepared for that. So I want to get some more admin points or get our religious ideas done first before we start unstating. Because we're going to culture flip to Greek. We should throw some claims on Hungary too while we're at it. But Hungary's out to Austria now. That's interesting. Maybe to try to get their land back from Bohemia. Although now Bohemia wants to ally. Possibly. Interesting. We're going to keep getting courthouses to reduce the cost of all our states, which we need to do. And we keep converting too. That's going to help us substantially in the long run. Now we're going to move our ships together over here. There is our next religious idea. Just need our last one and we are done. So that's going to be good news. We don't need that galley in here, so we'll get rid of that one. Put it with our big stuff. And we're going to go ahead and mothball our forts for some extra money. We don't need all these forts right now. And I'll throw a claim on them. Now, we want to try not to wipe out too many subjects because we're at tier 3 for our Defender of the Faith, which is huge. So we want to maintain having that Defender of the Faith power as much as we can. We're almost there. Okay, we can upgrade our ships there. This one's done. What do we got for claims? All right, claim on area. Let's grab that one. That's cheap. And then Tunis, can we throw claims on them yet? Yeah, we can. All right, let's do that. May as well claim core faster. And we're also going to go ahead and get our next tech up. Admin's going to be behind a little bit for a while, and that's fine. We just got to do what we got to do. And if we can't turn that off, so we may as well leave it on. And we could throw a bunch of trade companies, but we're going to be shifting gears on a lot of stuff. So I want to wait until we get through a lot of this. Let's call it it. And Criticize Orthodox. Conquered that. We can throw that on Turda. There you go. That'll make it easier. When we did our capital shift, that'll help us a little bit. Let's do that. Yeah, I was hoping to be Byzantium way sooner, but then we've ran into some problems along the way. Take more crown land there. And we lost our good guy again. Let's see what we can grab. How about production guy is better. We make more money with him, and I can invest in him long term better anyway. We're getting our last religious idea, then we should be flipping after one war against Aquilano. We should be flipping to the Phoenix. The reason why we're not progressing back to the west is Aragon's pretty much a beast now at this point. So I'm hoping that France and Aragon turn on each other at some point, and I end up being a rival. Aragon's made Mamluks an enemy too, so that's going to be interesting. After helping freedom. Yeah, that's interesting. I also want to have Austria break alliance with Aragon too, just because I'm that kind of a dick about it. And our trade's caught up. We're good there. Yeah, we've had some rocky roads on this one. We've had Ottoman-Franco alliance at the start of the game that made stuff difficult. We had Aragon getting the Burgundian inheritance that turned him into a monster. And then, yeah, we've had some very strange rounds this game. Oh, good. We're up to 70 now. And let's see. Chance Cassia. I want Diplo. Always Diplo. And bam. We've got the best CB we can use for a while. Missionary strength will increase that. And we are ready for war. So we're going to use the Mamluks one last time, I think. We're going to have to break through Kara, and I don't want to wait. Well, we could wait 2 years, I guess, and then we could just, it's going to be freaking ridiculous because we're going to primary him, co-belligerent him, which means you pull in those. Khorasan. We're going to co-belligerent Persia. Possibly. It's just going to be a chain reaction. It's going to be interesting. And then as far as breaking alliance, can we do that with... Okay, once every 10 years. Well, then let's go ahead and build trust with Austria for now. And let's build trust with Lithuania, who I think is going to become our long-term near and dear friend for damn near eternity. Castoria. You guys reject the Republic? That's coincidence. So do I. I don't know where Castoria is. Let's see. Figure that out real fast. Castoria. I have no idea where that's at. Let's take a look closer. Oh, we're going to turn our forts back up, since I have no idea where that's going to be at. And I'm looking here. Oh, there it is, right there. All right, let's just get our morale back up, and then we'll fight them. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. And let's go ahead and make sure it's our ruler. That way we can have some fun. All right, move ourselves in the mountains. That way we get the defensive bonus. And when they pop, we'll be ready. I don't like that. We'll lose the admin. I'm not going to go back the other way on that. Hell no. All right. Easy peasy. May as well charge up our mercantilism up to 74. And more Diplo. I love it when we have multiple folks like that. And let's go ahead and upgrade that again. We're up to 15. Let's see what we can claim over here. Kurdistan, let's do that. It's either that or I wait. Well, since Aragon now has turned on the Mamluks, I can turn on them as well. That might be the answer. We could go that route. Force a peace out. But I'm going to go after Kara fully. We'll peace out Persia early, I think. That way we can focus entirely on him. Eat as much Kara and Akranu land as we can. And then we'll be prepping up for a big war with the Mamluks, because we are expanding east. Trying to fight this mess for a while is just not gonna cut it. And as you can see, Aragon eternally is gonna want all our land, so not worth it. The beautiful part is we could subjugate. You know what? We're gonna subjugate Trent too. Why not? It's right there in the HRE lands. Nobody's going to care. And we're really close with Savoy too, so we might subjugate him too at some point. But there we go. That'll work. Sure, it costs us 2 more, but that's okay. And let's throw another claim on Tunis, who likes us right now for some reason, even though I think they're going to hate us by the time we're done with all this. All right, we are ready. So if we declare war, we'll call in Lithuania, Maluks. We're going to co-belligerent Kara. We could just call more in to exhaust, because that brings in Genoa. No, let's do it that way. Shervin will get involved regardless. That's fine. We bring in all these guys, and we do it this way. Oh, he will not fight a religious war. So why don't we do this one instead? Mamluks will. Nope. Will not fight with heathens against heretics. Interesting. Let me see how you want to handle this. Let's just go ahead and go for eating all of him first, then I guess. Okay, let's just do it this way then. Let's go for Ganja. We're going to force him into this battle. So how we're going to do this is we're going to call him into separate wars while we get everything situated that we need. We'll go ahead and get our state up one more. So the state's done. Then when we flip, we should be at max. Should. Keyword should. Let's go ahead and get this admin reduction. Then if we connect to Persia, we should be okay to fight them and then turn around and go back and fight Aquionlu. I think that would be our best bet, because we can find different ways to attack them and not worry about too many problems out this way. This will probably, yeah, this will become a trade company at this rate too. So let's go ahead and make this a trade company, because Genoa is not going to be very beneficial for us anyway. So I'd rather just make all this a trade company, kind of beef up all this, and then we can throw that on there to help increase everything. And then we can switch up and throw some claims on Persia just to help coring a little bit faster. So we should get a bunch of claims with Byzantium. Yeah, I'll do that one. This should just be a quick battle. At least that's the goal. We just want to make it as quick as possible. And we're not going to give them any land since we're going to be turned on them anyway, fairly quick. As we go from historical friend to historical enemy. Funny how it works that way. Rome is one of those that we do want to attack at some point, but they're allied to a whole bunch of people right now, so, well, Castile won't participate. England would. We could just take it now. What's the aggressive expansion? Not too bad. Let's just take Rome. Let's go for it. I think we could do it. I think we could take Rome real quick and be done with it. Oh, give us another missionary, and later we can worry about restoring the Pentarchy. Okay, here we go. Noble plot. We got they're all really bad and they're old. Let's stick with this one for now. All I can say is one of them's going to be promoted. Congratulations. We'll just stop there and grab that. And we'll be continuing this campaign, by the way, tomorrow night as well. Let's grab that, and there we go. I want to get as much of this land as we can to help us with our conquest. Okay, we got everything there. We just got to finish the enemy, which we can do that right there. Oh, good. We can go after Karzan, force him out with a quick peace because we're going to be going back at him. And we got Muscovy we need to deal with as well. So we've got a few enemies that we need to contend with. We can possibly go ahead, if we're going to go to the east, just focus on diplomacy for the extra war score. And as long as we just stay to the east right now, because I mean, he's at max 11 everything, because he's got Giga Chad leader there. And unless we can find a way to see his prestige tank, I think we're pretty much stuck dealing with him for now to eternity. Let's just insult France, I guess, because we need to get our power projection up. All right, where are we at on this situation? Okay. England's still going to participate. Yeah, we could do it. We're going to make the leader in charge of this, since we have Super Giga Chad. And let's go ahead and send this army back to Switzerland. And we do have land shut, so let's deal with that too. There's that. We're just going to go to some of these guys and force them to flip their religion, since we're going to be doing this. And we lost another general. let's get some new generals, which is fine. Yeah, they're running right for Venice. Of course they are. We don't need to help Medina and siege their fort. And then we're going to head back this way and deal with these guys. And Goliston's down, so we can fully head back and deal with this problem. All right, we're going to piece you out. Nope, he's eager to keep fighting. Oh, and I'm not going to peace out. It's a shame we couldn't call them into this battle. Yeah, once we get over here, it'll be pretty easy to take these guys out. We've got enough military power that we're not going to be behind in military tech when we do this. And now we just got to wait for an opportunity to flip because this guy's way too old because we got to still get an heir. And yeah, it's not going to be worth it to do that. And good. You're going to peace out. I want all your money. And that's it for now. And then this guy, let's go ahead and give you that. I want all this land right here. Not going to cost us too much. Going to be a few angry people, but realistically, not worth it. That's some nice chunk of land there. Bam. So we got our trade company set up here for our start into Persia, which won't be too bad. We're going to need all the money we can get for all these war campaigns. And which one is his capital? That's his capital. I just want to take Rome and this one and leave the rest alone for the time being. We can annex these in 3 years, which we'll do that too. So we don't really need them much longer. And we'll go after their forces there. Just a slow hunt. Should easily win this. Now it looks like they expanded, so maybe if they did, we'll force them to release some subjects. Since that's our capital, should be fairly quick. Yes, they did subjugate somebody. Geneva. That's good to know. And we'll go to Avion. That should help us at least stabilize our income when we flip. That's one concern I had when we do this culture flip. How bad is it going to hurt us? And we're just going for a quick, decisive victory on these guys. England's the only one that's going to play around still, but I'm not after England. Not this time around. Sure, I'll rent them. Let them run around and attack everything for a little bit. And now that we're positioned for Persia, this will be good. We're also going to have to start buying more governance capacity. So that's another big thing we'll have to do. For now, welcome to Orthodox. And we'll go back this way. And let's force Switzerland out of this. We cannot flip him. And it's just too much money. Oh, he will not peace out. What a smartass. Well, we're done with this battle. I'm not going to stick around. He wants to keep fighting. He's like, hey, I want to keep fighting. I don't mind losing troops. Okay. You want to lose troops? We can help you. Happily accommodate. Oh, now he wants to bail out. What a wimp. All right. Now we can head back. All right. So the only ones left is England and Rome. And once we get some of this stuff cord, taking that is 32.8. So we need just a few of these provinces to drop and then we'll be good. I'm not even bothering with England. It's not even worth it. Let's see. Let's summon a Diet again. And Ferrara is Orthodox. I thought they were already. I guess they weren't. And let's see. Carryfold. I've seen that name before. Where the hell is it at? The nice thing is we can always do this. There it is. One manufactory coming up right there. Yeah, there's not much of a trade lead yet left anyway, so escalate complaint. I'm fine with that. I'm gonna start working on Savoy, I think. There we go. We're all caught up. Everything's nice and pretty. And I'm gonna make sure I have enough admin points so we can do our flip. And then it's time to be super aggressive. That's the goal, is to be really aggressive in what we do next. All right, we can flip Ferrera. Easy. 2 more. All right. That one's almost done. We can speed this up just a little bit. We'll speed up just a little bit more. Oh, we need to throw some claims on Persia. Make them mad, throw some claims on them. There we go. Almost done. 1536. Then we grab Rome, and life is good. We'll grab Tuscany later, and Scilly later. Scilly, we can just vassalize some point. And let's double check. All right, we can finish in Rome, and bam, done. No more Rome. And we've got, we can seize more land. Go for it. 64. All right, mission accomplished. And then Athens is another one we need to get a few, spend some military points on, because there's some that we need to do for our quest anyway. So the next part's going to hurt, and with Kara fighting, I don't know how the hell they managed to pull that off. Ah, they're fighting. They are fighting Persia at the same time. Okay, well, I think we can go ahead and fight them. But if we do a holy war, they're not going to. Which is already defeating the purpose of keeping them around. It's funny, Austria will fight all the... Oh, it's because Genoa's right here. Oh, the Commonwealth was born. They might be a little stronger now that they're the Commonwealth. That might be really good now. But I think it's the opposite since it's Lithuania. I don't remember. But I'm hoping that this is a good sign that we can utilize them fully now. Granted, they're defender of faith with Catholics, so they're a little bit of a problem. But that's okay. All right, guess it's time to do the flip. Not going to hurt anything right now. Okay, so if we drop unstate Venice, it's going to cost us 316 to make them cores again, which, yeah, it's going to hurt. This is going to sting for a little bit, guys. And then Lombard, which is over here. Yeah, so we have to unstate them, and then unstate that. Thing is, we can turn around and make them a trade company temporarily to kind of recover right now if we need to. Okay, Greek, we just need 2 more points in Diplo, and we will be able to do our thing. There we go. Greek is now primary. So with this, we can go ahead and restate everything, which I really definitely want to restate everything here. I think it's too valuable of land to not state it. It just means we got a lot of cost on this. So be it. And nice thing is we can probably convert some of this if we haven't yet. And also, well, all right, guys, this is where we have an extra money to help us while this whole reformation occurs, because it's gonna sting a little bit, but here it is, guys. The Phoenix has risen. Yeah. All right. Now we have a 67-year-old. Going to be kind of a problem. I decided to go ahead and just say hell with it and do it. Morale of army for 15 years is going to make us powerful. And we'll take the extra prestige points. Impending doom, another increase to our morale of armies. Another increase to our morale of armies. It's going to be really sick. Reverse the downfall, like the Phoenix we rise. Power projection. And then we're going to get permanent claims on Anatolia. We reconquered Bulgaria. And then we increase separatism, or we get aggressive expansion reduction for or core creation costs plus 10. I want to take the core creation cost. Then increase our trade power. And then we got more claims coming all over the place. And a bunch of culture changes. And we got a really good general. We're going to be getting so many claims, guys. We're going to spare the city and be able to make some really good Venetian ships. And then we're going to go down this path. Advisor cost reduction. This is going to be quite a bit. Increased manpower gain. We are pretty much economically dominant, which kind of given how we are. Church in distress. This is going to bump up our buff that we have right here. So we're going to increase that even more. I'm going to go ahead and, well, it's already commissioned, so we'll just leave it alone. And we increased our patriarch authority. We recovered our authority. We can also, we got rid of the Byzantium stuff, so now we can no longer have rebels. So we just took a crap ton of claims. We just rebuilt everything. We've got a new government. We've got a lot of cores to do. Whew. All right, so we reformed the monarchy. So the next one we're looking at, we're going to look and see which one we really want. We want to reform the Pronoia system, 2 more Pronoias. And then we're going to look at what we want. Vassals and marches gain 25% national tax modifier. You increase diplomatic relations. Vassals contribute more forces. That is really nice. So we will lean towards that, because while some of these are good, that's just, we don't need reform progress because we've pretty much devoured everything. So let's create that. We are going to have the theme system as soon as we have enough states. So we still got to do that. And then just go across here, see which one you want. I personally like the diplomat increase. So we have an extra diplomat. The next one down here, this is going to change once we get the next system. So we're just going to stick with the reform for now. Next one we have, and this is why we kept bumping up our statesman. Yearly absolutism, max absolutism is really good. Diplo rep, since we're not in the age of absolutism yet, is going to be really good. We could install a theocratic nation, theocracy. Or become a republic or restore the Senate. We're going to just go with the Diplo rep. Monthly favor growth. Next one, we get free administration policies, leader costs, advisor costs. I like the advisor cost reduction on top of the other stuff we already have. It makes advisors so dirt cheap. So we're going to go down that path. We can look at each one of these and kind of see which one we want to do. We can get production efficiency, global prosperity growth. That one is really good. We could also go down mercantilism, which sees land no longer upsets the burghers, increase our trade steering, trade company. We also get merchant power. Personally, I like the idea of taking this one for now. This production one is really big too, in my opinion, because 15% more production efficiency. We may change it later once we're at 100% at our land. Next one, liberty desire of our subjects is down by 10. That is huge. The other one would be expanded administration. So we're just going to go with Leviathan for this one for now. Liberty desire is better for now. Then we got divine right, war score against other religions, Knight of the People, regional representation, or max governing capacity. All these are really good. I think we need max governing capacity for now though. And then we are on the last idea, which we'll go with administration efficiency. So we are good there. So this is going to help us out. We're at 839 of 1200. So this substantially helps us. Our economy is recovering. So we're in good shape there. Now that we fixed a lot of this stuff, our ships are going to be over the limit still. We're going to have to grin and bear that till we kind of get everything else situated. Now, the nice thing is we can go ahead and bring in Savoy into our empire, since they're just a small subject nation. It won't be a big deal. We can also still diplo annex these two small nations. Savoy, we're going to probably keep and make it a Pronair, because I want to eat that French land and get it back to my subjects, especially because we got claims on all this land now. We got claims on all of Tuscany, which we're going to have to turn on Tuscany now at some point. We also got claims on all of Scilly. And while Austria is part of that, I don't know if he'll defend him. We'll see. We got a bunch of claims now on all this land here, which we're going to want to fulfill our goals. We got claims on everything. Now, the Mamluks are going to hate us because we no longer are historical friends. They're going to claim that they want all our land, which unfortunately it was bound to happen. Here is what the map looks like. We have claims on all of France now, and all of this land, and all of Tunis. And up here. So we've got claims everywhere. So we can war for days. France we're going to save because none of these cores expire. It's a permanent claim. So, and then all this is permanent claims up here as well as part of the empire. But our first order of business is going to be retake all of Anatolia, push the Mamluks out, push Aquilonia out. So we're going to see what happens once I tick once. All right, we ticked once in June. And he stayed, my friend? Really? Interesting. I could call him into one last war then. I can't do a religious war. If I do, he'll back out. But if I go after Eklanlu, he would not. I think we go with one last hurrah. So we've got some advantages here, guys. And, oh yes. We got a 3-4-3, so hopefully we get a kid very quickly. And we're also going to have to buff up our legitimacy. We need to make sure our emperor is strong. And hey, Hensley. Yep, we got there. We still got a lot of missions. The Phoenix has risen. Oh, yeah, I forgot. All right, we got some more fun stuff. Triumph for Greece. Army tradition. Asia Minor Coast. Army tradition. Army tradition. So essentially, that just turned my guys with 100% army tradition into a destructive force that's going to be able to plow the opposition. And we're sitting at still at 45, even with having to recore, restabilize. And then once we get this one here, which will come down here, the theme system, have 10 states, we are going to have so much manpower. It's going to be ridiculous. And we'll be able to start converting people to Greek automatically. And then once we finish a couple more of these, we'll have Born in Purple. We just need to get a monthly income of production of 10, which this will change this into a kind of a darker red. It's really cool, which we should be getting close on that. So let's go through this because, yeah, as you can see, they already dropped. The Phoenix rises and Rome reclaimed. Yep. So just a little bit more. And now they want all my land. So we only have one round of use with them left. So if we're going to use them, we may as well use them now because next month they're going to drop on me. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of it. We can call them into this battle. Then we can separate attack Aquilonia alone. If I do a religious superiority, they'll say hell no. So we're going to force these guys into a battle with Persia. That way they don't drop the alliance yet. We're going to be really dirty about this. And then we're going to jump them behind the scenes at the same time. That way, we keep them one more round. We keep these guys busy. That's all the way in India. And we just take enough land that we can get a little closer because we're going to be fighting the Mamluks so damn much. And we're going to be fighting Tunis a lot. So this is the part, ladies and gentlemen, that once we get going, we will be warring non-stop and stating stuff non-stop. We do have our trade still set here in Venice. Should anyway. Let me double check. Yes, we do. So everything is still situated perfectly. And we still looks like we have some states that we could. Let me see what we got. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna have to state, I think, these. This we can leave this as a trade because it's separate, and we can just boost this up and try to dominate the trade because we got some areas of trade here that we could essentially take over. And if we need to release them as trade companies later, we can. I'm not too worried about them right now, but we'll come across here, mostly state these. I need to see how many states we have real fast. I gotta remember how I see the states. Well, since it's forcing us to do this, hell, let's just state it now. We can state up here because may as well. Some of these aren't going to really matter. This still is that area. Let's grab that. I'll grab that. And let's grab that. Whoop. And then we should, there we go, guys, the theme system. Boom. Let's reform it right away. We enact it. And then restore Byzantium Navy. And then for our next missions, we have two options. We're going to go with the Varangian Guard for that, which is just have a barracks in Constantinople and have 2 primaires. And then once we finish that, we'll be in great shape. And it hasn't recalculated yet, so we're going to let it tick one time. Oh, we can't let it tick one time. We got to jump on Persia now. Okay, let's do that. And we got a little bit of corruption. Boo! Now, as far as our trade, we're just going to drop some trade right here to build up our trade empire, because we've got to rebuild making our income. That's a must. We've got a lot of coring to do, but they're so dirt cheap that it's not going to hurt us. And we just got a new trade and another quest done. So we got 3 mercantilism, so that boosted up more. So this is where we're going to have to build up some points. We have to put a shop on Naxos, and then we have to develop Athens. There's a whole chain of stuff we have to do. So let's build that. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up to trade. Let's see, we're not collecting there. Venice is our main point. Venice is not doing too hot, but that's because we still got to restate everything. I think we transfer trade here. We got to figure out which ones are not in the trade. Well, we don't want them in the trade company, so well, I guess we did have some in the trade company. I take it back. We'll probably restate those because we need, for one of these, we need, I think, 20 or 30 states. I can't remember which one. Right there, this one. To make this even better, we need 35 states. So we've got to build a massive empire still. We're doing well on capacity. So and this will all convert to Greek over time. So, all right. So I guess I should say the next 50, 60 years, we are going to be going wild. We have so much morale. We have so much troop power. We're making 80 ducats now a month. We are ready, ladies and gentlemen. While we can't attack Aragon right now because they're too big, it's not going to stop us from turning around and going for other areas right now. So we're going to expand all the way east. We're going to attack Muscovy. That's the plan. We're going to take a whole bunch of this land. We're going to take all of North Africa now. We're going to build up a power base. That way, when it comes time, we have the troops to face Aragon, and we will win. And we'll also take France because that's part of the Roman Empire goals. So all this land must belong to Byzantium. And then we'll also finish Tuscany once we calm down over here. As right now, we got a little bit more aggressive expansion, and then this is over. And then we can focus on other stuff. We'll be back tomorrow. I've got company tomorrow, so it may start around 9 Eastern. We'll probably go for a few hours. We're gonna probably not go as late as tonight. And then depending on how long the campaign goes, we may do a new campaign on Friday, or we'll continue this one. So stay tuned. Should be lots of fun. I have some more ideas, but I would like to take Byzantium, form the Roman Empire, and just pretty much crush everything. We don't really have to bother with the Commonwealth too much unless we want this land. So with that, everybody, you have a wonderful night, and we'll see you again soon.